Yeah, Jeremiah, I'll let you.
Question, where's the nearest bathroom?
Nearest bathroom is right over there in that little building. But what we'll do is we'll
We're gonna take a little break before we start.
yeah, we can take a little. Yeah, everybody wants to go and get a bathroom break, and then I'll be getting a log over there, and we'll go through the demonstration. And we want everybody to get hands on as quickly as we can get them. You were talking about square foot.
Now, are you just going to edit this or something, Logan, as we go?
No, it's live.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
It's whatever. It ain't a.
We'll focus on you then.
Real. Grab my glasses here. If you want to just keep videoing right in there. That one there, we'll have one more and then let's see here.
I was gonna ask where you got your store from.
Yeah, Field and Forest.
Yeah, ours from Field and Forest. We've also used Mushroom Mountain in the past, and this is a Field and Forest.
Greg, man, I don't know if we've got enough bids, but I've got plenty of reels. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Mushroom Mountain?
I'm amazed at how many people showed up with tools.
You're in Alabama.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Super awesome. Super
Mushroom
awesome.
Mountain also, they're in South Carolina. We did workshops with Drag Potter, and he's got good product too.
Mushroom bit. I mean, they ain't got a really. What's it called on the website? It's got some kind of name.
Yeah, it's just made with the collar on it. You can buy the stock collars and put on a regular bit, but we've had a lot of trouble with this.
It is specifically for this.
Specifically for it. You can get them on Amazon too, a good bit cheaper. If you want to, go a little bit cheaper right now. I got some here. These are 9.2, is it? Yeah, 9.2 millimeter. And what we found with these is that you can just push the plugs in rather than having to hammer them in. And they hold in there really well. I was surprised. Which now, I was a little dumb and bought the ones that that are longer up here, so they won't fit in the impact. I really like doing them in an impact, so you can just grind it down and get it to where grind it down until it fits. So you can do. I mean, this can be extremely on the cheap, and then you can invest a little bit more money. I mean, if you invest in this right here, it will pay for itself in like the first 30 minutes, easily. I mean, I'm in love with this thing. This is something I talk about all the time. Like, you gotta have the angle grinder. You gotta have the angle grinder. We weren't so sure just how fast it would be with the angle grinder, but it's a game changer, complete game changer.
The three of us were able to do 100 logs with it a few weekends ago in a few hours.
Oh yeah, and it made the drilling part of it so much faster. I mean, I got done with the drill. If it wouldn't have been for having to move logs from down in the woods, I could have probably done the whole 100 in an hour.
Yeah, and if it was warmer than 20 degrees that day.
That might have been a little bit of an exaggeration. They were cold. I wasn't too bad cold. Let's see. I think that's all. Do we have anybody else coming back from the bathroom? We all good? Everybody here?
What size did you say that you...
The bits?
Yeah.
Okay, so these that you just push in, they're the 9.2 millimeter. And they sell spawn on Amazon too, so I imagine that it'll fit, some of those. Yeah, you need to check that. But
this is like 8.5.
That's the one.
12.
Yeah, the 8.5 is the one you want for this to hammer them in. It just fits a little bit tighter, but we found that with this it works real well too, and you can just push them in there with your fingers rather than having to hammer them in. Now the 12.5, that's this one right here, and this is for the sawdust inoculum. So, what's that?
Do y'all have that over there? Not yet.
No, not yet. Yeah, I figure we'll get done with these, and then everybody who wants to get happy with the grinder can get happy with the grinder. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna drill holes, and I'm real bad about being meticulous with this, but it does not matter. All you're gonna do is come in about 3 inches from the end of the log, just because you don't want to get too far on the end because it's gonna dry out a lot faster. And you just make a hole. That's where your plug's gonna go, and then you're gonna go every 6 inches. So you're gonna do 4 holes. Doesn't have to be perfect, around 6 inches. Then you're gonna turn the log about 2 inches and go in between those holes. Right like this. And you'll keep if you don't use these very often, if you'll keep it going, it'll pull out a lot easier. And then you're just gonna do the same thing right here. We're gonna go in between those, do 4 holes. Because it's on a 2-foot log, turn it a couple inches, go in between the holes. That's all you're doing. And the reason we do them in this diamond pattern is because the mycelium is going to travel really fast along the grain, but it's not going to travel fast across the grain. So you want to do it all around the log in tight spacings of 2 inches, so that way you're getting more colonization this way. It's going to go real fast this way.
So the mycelium's going to be on the outside. I thought it was on the inside.
It is going to be on the inside. It's going to be, you're going to push the caps on there, and that's why we're going to seal it with wax, just so nothing, bugs. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So then what we do is we come over here. This is just the push in, so you can very easily just pop these little boogers in. But you can see we've got the mycelium. It's white. You can see it growing. It's got a little bit of grain in there too. All you're gonna do is just take them and pop them in. I really like this this size bit because it's still real tight to where they're never gonna come out, but it makes it just a little bit faster. So it might be something you want to look at, but we're gonna go and pop them all in there, and then we'll pass it over to the table to get waxed. We'll put a tag on it, write the date, and that's where you'll want to put your initials on it if you want to keep your log. The last workshop we did, everybody was a real big fan of keeping their own log, so we don't mind that at all. If you want to keep what you did, just put your name on it, put your initials, something.
And we've got a little thing over here with the word shiitake on it. Just remember it has 2 eyes, but if you forget how to spell it, it's right here.
The mycelium will not get mad and go, "Oh, we can't do this. They spelled shiitake wrong."
Has there been any evidence that the plugs that are not hammered in do less effective than the hammered in type?
Not that we've seen.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's just what you want is you just want it to be a tight fit because it just needs to
when the
have
water gets in, it's gonna
contact
swell.
with it. That too. I mean, if they get wet, it swells.
Just make sure to wax it really well.
Yeah.
So that there's no.
Oh, here we got the waxing queen. She's gonna tell you all about the waxing. She knows what she's talking about.
All right. So we have 2 sizes here. You just want to kind of. The whole point of the wax is to seal it in, and so things are not invading it. And instead of just dunking it all the way in, which is okay, but not really because it'll just form a bunch of wax. I just kind of do the tip, and you just kind of want to go. You'll probably get it about 3. This one's not as hot here, but you'll see when it starts to.
What kind of wax is that? Is it gold?
This is cheese wax. You can use soy wax. So
But not
anyway,
petroleum based, probably.
I think you can use paraffin. We don't. So anyway, you'll see just a good seal. I usually do it about twice, and then I usually just kind of go a little bit around it, and that usually does the job. And then it's going to dry. I'll just do it again. So this will start kind of getting. This one's hotter over here. So I just kind of tap around it. And that's about it.
Yep.
Once this log is done, you'll just want to staple your tag and take it and just, you can leave the log
Yeah.
there or not and staple the tag.
So main takeaway from that wax, just get the end in, because it'll make your life difficult if you get that wax up on top of there and it starts making a mess.
Try to like get around it and not just the hole itself.
Well, folks, this is hands-on, so anybody who's got a log, go ahead, grab a drill. All the drills on this side, hammer in. That's why we got all the hammers over here. So try to move in just this direction. And then once we get to the 4 people, we'll go ahead on this side. Sorry, Bob? Yeah. We'll do these right here, and then once y'all get done with those, we'll just move them down. And then you can put in the plugs. Yeah, you're welcome to use that drill. Somebody else come on in. We can get 4 people here, and we'll move just 4 people at a time down the line. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Whoever wants to jump in, did somebody put a log up here? Okay. Well, everybody got a log? Somebody come on up. Somebody get up there. Roughly every 6 inches, and then turn it about 2 inches more or less. If you do a little bit more or a little bit less, it isn't going to matter that much.
Yeah, we can end the live now. The Queen of Wax.
The Queen of Wax missed one.
Uh-oh.
You see?
Try to come back with the plug spawn later, or the sawdust spawn in a while.
Do we have a